yesterday in Jiu-jitsu, remember you had the palms finding their center so you can manipulate it. Okay, so here I'm going to turn this and you're going to feel a torque, right? I can't keep turning it because its tendons are starting to affect it, right? Well, that's what you want. You're going to get that torque, and that's going to put a torque in this elbow. You can stand up so you can feel it more, okay? I'm sorry, in the shoulder. So there's now a torque in the shoulder. So I'm not, if I let go of that, I'm not pulling this. So I get the torque in his body, and then you can affect the shoulder through his center as opposed to you're going to pull him. So torque in his body, and that affects that center there. And I want you to try to be sensitive so that you can feel with your hand how much connected that shoulder becomes to that, okay? And then it doesn't take much. So, woo, woo, woo. Okay, let's go. We're looking for a kind of sheep, but not really. There's the torque. So I go on your pulse line. Stand up so you can see. I'm on the pulse line with a yonkyo right there. And then my finger, my pinky, I get the torque in your body. You feel it? Okay. And now you're a unit. And then I can drop this corner. Ooh. It might look to you guys like I'm doing this, right? You see that, but it's not that. It's okay. So, but you can see how, watch, I can make him go forward. So let's do that one so that the pullers learn that it's not that, okay? So, boom, boom, forward. Oh, I didn't have enough wrist work. Did you feel a difference? There. Oh, there's the wrist work. You see? Boom. There we go. Okay, let's go. See that mushy? It's not there. Keep going. Keep training. See? Go, Rick. Not there. Her body's full of slack, so your connection to her, you don't have one. You're just gonna end up pulling and pushing shoulders. So the arm does no, it's not in the arm. So here, see this little step that I take to the outside, and that's what gets her arm to bend. You don't want to go like this. I'm not enough. It's not enough torque. It's only about to here, right? So when I go like this, then I have it. Don't take your cane. You just get thrown. Don't throw yourself. Home. Not enough. In. You can go, even when you go back, that's what you're using. Oh. We were worried about falling. Just stay connected. And once you understand this, then you don't need the grip. You just need that tightness, okay? So, boom, you got it. You feel it? Yeah. So you already, oh, I don't have it. My thumb is injured. Boom, boom. Then I have it. So I'm going to start loosening my grip for those that are getting it. Boom. Just a turning. Okay, try it. Run. What I was trying to say in the last one is, you can see his wrist is already turned, so there's already a torque on there. So this hand isn't turning it more. That's not very martial, but more keeping the angle. Because I only need a fraction of a second. So my body is moving, and then I have it in his arm. So you don't need to be stronger than him. You just keep that angle going, okay? That's so. Boom. Boom. Nope, I don't have it. Boom. Didn't really have it. Got it. Boom. Boom. Yeah, I'm keeping that going I'm keeping that sense of torque, that torque in there, but I'm not doing it with turning now. Lower on him. Okay, try it. You can take out the shoulder now. Oh, I didn't have it. See, I'm not even gonna use the shoulder anymore. Oh, I didn't have it. Keep loosening your grip. Fine. There. But a Zuki, not fine. So look how much I have to torque it. Okay, you gotta do what you gotta do. Try it without the shoulder.
Thank you very much.
You're just pushing them, right? You had some projection, but it's not through the torque of the arm. His arm's got a lot of slack. It's because you're opening the angle too much. The elbow angle is too much. And you're on the outside of his arm. You need to be on the inside of his arm. That's awfully high. And his elbow's down. There's not going to be torque in the arm. Awfully high. His hand's near his shoulder. You're on the outside of his arm, so there's no way you're doing it, right? You're doing all external stuff. So try it again, and just be your own weight for her.
Height.
It's just too heavy for that stuff. You can't do it. So grab his pulse line. Too high, and now you opened it. You opened his elbow, so you lost the torque on his arm. So, in your training of Aikido Kihon, you're trying to develop skill sets, right? Just like last night's talk. It's not a self-defense technique. So it's very much akin to if you want to get stronger with your chest, right? You do your bench press. Okay, what if you buy a bar that's made of paper and every time you push, the bar breaks? You get it? The resistance is not going to be there for you to get the training that you want, because you need to have the stressing element in order to cause the adaptation. Do you guys understand that? So if my uke he wants to always do a step back break fall. You get it? You understand? And he that's what he's gonna do every time. And you can even, since he's doing it any time, no matter what I'm doing, right? Why don't you do it before I even do anything? Got it, go. And now that's like my paper bar just broke on me, and I don't get any training. Okay? So why do they do that though? Why do they do that? I'll do it to you because you're not quite understanding, right? You see? This was a paper bar. I'm not a stressor. I'm not causing an adaptation. But why am I doing it? Hey, that's a lot easier for me. That goes with my emotional state. Like, hey, when you throw me, I'm out of control, and that makes me scared. So I'm going to control it. Okay, so what did you do as Uke? You took away the stressor. Then you're not adapting. You're not going to find the adaptation. So he has to hang out. Even if I go slow, he has to not want to fall. You got it? Don't fall. Then I can get the adaptation. So we have certain rules. His rule is he has to keep a full grip. He has to meet his assigned task, right? So he has, because Uke has their own learning elements, he has to match yin to yang, right? When he throws himself, go, he's not matching yin to yang. So he's not even learning a Uke, right? So he has to hang out there. So I can go slow, right? We can go slow. We don't have to go fast like the last reps. But he has to hang out. And I have to be able to displace his mass. As some of you notice, when you go from a Nuke who's throwing themselves to one who's not, and you try to push him, you bounce off. Because you don't have grounding. So you're just making yourself weaker. He's going to hang out. He knows keep his head off the mat, and he lets what happens to his body happen. See, that was fine. Even if you're not training fast, this is still better training. Then he comes in and throws himself. Can you do it? You don't even know how to do it. Do it. Just go down. That's not it. Okay? I'll do it. This is joke. That's a paper barbell. Go.
Ready?
So if you don't hit the initial torque into his body immediately, like, because I asked you guys, hey, go slow then, and then you can undo your arm. You see that? So I really don't have time to take to hit that arm. So what I'm doing is, boom, okay, I got connection, but I didn't do the throw yet. You see that? And then I give my uke that time to get ready. You understand that?
Right.
So here, boom, got it, and then try to get that. Boom, got it. That's fine. Then the slow motion. Boom, got it, and then the slow motion. Okay? Then also don't ask a lot of it. It just needs a Kuzushi. Do you understand that? So I go, boom, got it. That's all I needed. Then he counters, right? So he wants to get his balance back. So that now it's yin. Go back. So find my feet. We're gonna be here all day unless I can ground better than him, which I probably can because of his posture, right? But so I can't go in. Once he goes and counters here, this way is what I would do. And then look, you have a yin space, okay? So you have your initial boom, Kuzushi yin. You see? And that's what I'm feeling. So counter, and you're in. You have to free my feet. Boom, boom, that's it. Okay? If you're on the other side of the body, I'll stick with the same side. Some of you are getting all the way on the other side. You see? And then he goes yin, right here. Boom, yin, boom, right here. So don't ask much. Boom, that's all I needed. Boom. Okay? Let's try it. Play with it.